Yeah, glitch the guarantee. E&E. With your boy shit. Glitch, nigga. Shit, I'm about to flood the streets like when the levees break. Criminal minds, my Garcia can navigate. Flowing while I'm blowing this gas. Nigga, no brakes. Niggas not seeing me ever. I mean, no dates. Fuck around and end up gone. You getting misplaced. E&E, the shit that I claim. You dealing with grace. Took over the game by storm like Rain's mixtape. Thankfully, I've been up in smoke like my mixtape. Counting cheddar shit, I'm about to make a grilled cheese. Niggas be faker than bad bitches with good weeds. On my John Wick shit like Keanu Reeves. Replacements won't be enough, you need the whole team. I've been a G since I could finish my ABCs. Kept it a buck so real niggas look up to me. This butcher boy shit get crazy when it's sick of me. I'm coughing out these dope bars till they sick of me.
Can't get rid of me, still can't find a remedy. Still blowing palmers, info cups of Hennessy. E&E, we own our shit independently. When I go out on a limb, I take extremities. I can see right through on transparency. Heard they self-esteem low, insecurities. Now or never, like glitch the guarantee. What's the recipe? King L's Reflection 3. All these chapters in my life, you can turn the page. Books can't tell you my story, gotta live a day. Glitch got my back, yeah, you can copy that. Man, we control the seat, you can copy that. Leave your whole state red like Republicans. Putting fire on the track, now it's bubbling. Butcher boys, E&E, you in trouble, kid. At first 100 mil, you can double it.
Let's go, let's go. All the hustles getting money, let it show. Let it show. Automatic nigga, how we get the dough. Get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Gotta go. Butcher boy shit, nigga, let's go. Let's go. All the hustles getting money, let it show. Let it show. It's automatic nigga, how we get the dough. Get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Gotta go. Butcher boy shit, nigga, let's go.
Blow sick, corona, jealous in the motherfucker. Can't even take a step, that's how far I trust you. This black boy turned to shining king under pressure. West side fat jacks, I took more to measure. Shave the extras, that's business, starter fees. Street blues, what I talk, royal blood flowing free. Power on my mind, no say gang is kind. Read between the lines, it was in my eye. If they ain't got real lines, it ain't hard to spot a counterfeit. Undefeated, ultra real, Fern Gully Mountain shit. Couple hot shots, turn on the frozen margaritas. Even better when it's served with some flawless features. Next year they gotta pay for these flawless features. Flawless victories from the flaws that they teach us. Now my flow imitate how I board the plane nonstop. The little J gon' take over with my time stop.
Yeah, I get right to it. My nigga, we beg your pardon. We putting niggas back in boxes. Yeah, they be harder. My flow be retarded. Sick, I need hella help. My groove came back. This must be how Stella felt. We just started kicking it like a yellow belt. We all made it to the pros. This is how LaMelo felt. You better yell out help. Here comes the double team. You catch me in the spot, then you know that the boy is clean. The Louis V look mean with the magazine. So if you try it, you get shot. No vaccine. If you asleep before I came, then I'm the caffeine. I pulled the jokers out the deck. Yeah, there ain't no laughing. In CEO fashion, we sticking to the business. Wouldn't even let a vegan knock me off my chick. Something about the VVS when the sun is hitting. Shit be flashing like the lights when you getting
Let's go, let's go. All the hustles getting money, let it show. Let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. Get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go. Let's go. All the hustles getting money, let it show. Let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. Get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go.
Yeah, what up? You know it's the birthday of Brother Pro, what's happening, man? You know we about to get to it.
What if recording high-quality content, editing like a pro, and streaming like a star was as simple as hitting...
That's the essence of our young sister, man.
Glitch the guarantee.
Not a baker, man. This is a guy situation. We'll talk about it tonight, man.
2020 got me seeing so clear.
That's how I like when people go from top to face.
Get your bullshit. Lost and glitch.
All praise is due to the Most High, man.
We cool niggas. This is the
Boogie
cool.
Major.
We on the rise now, middle fingers in the sky now. Rolling haze, so we high now. How we ride now? All coops with the top down. And we listen in the top down. Trees got a whole pound. Real G's when we come round. Niggas know how it's going down. Yeah, we on the up, bitch. Real shit you should fuck with. E&E, throw it up shit.
And we stay ballin', like we sponsored by Sporting. Ball looking for the fall-in, soldiers all fall in. And we go all in, while we listening to all in. While you all talking, we smoking and coughing. Till we land in the coffin, glitching, nauseous. Yeah, stepping out office. Yeah, it is that bullshit. Killing in vain is vanity. Yeah. Do it again, it's insanity. Yeah. Nauseous a real vigilante. Yeah. Killing these kids is plan B. Yeah. Hood is too hot with an antifreeze. Yeah. Blowing on leaves in these planted trees. Okay. Don't break the code, this family. Okay. We cutting off legs like amputees. My flow was classic, antique. Yeah. Freaking the beat, is it Japanese? Yeah. Ever our cook is a masterpiece. Yeah. When money talkers, we Guapanese. Okay. Fire and flame mixed with gasoline. Sick. Passing my sons, that's a legacy. Sick. Study the gang, how they testing me. Yeah. They dropped the ball, man, that's incomplete. Beat them so bad, make them retreat. Yeah. All of these gems you can retweet. Yeah. Play with your boys on repeat. You pay the price with your receipt. Yeah. Below $1 million, flipping it. Everyday noise get sickening. Trying to flip bills to trillions. Turning these good girls to villains. Lyrics is sick. Butcher with shit. E&E clip what we represent. Put it on wax like a candlestick. We moving units and measurements. Cooking it up in the lab. We just performing experiments. Since I'm the bomb atomic, bang. These rappers out of my element.
We on the rise now, middle fingers in the sky now. Rolling haze, so we high now. How we ride now? All coops with the top down. And we listen in the top down. Trees got a whole pound. Real G's when we come round. Niggas know how it's going down. Yeah, we on the up, bitch. Real shit you should fuck with. E&E, throw it up shit.
And we stay ballin', like we sponsored by Sporting. Ball looking for the fall-in, soldiers all fall in. And we go all in, while we listening to all in. While you all talking, we smoking and coughing. Till we land in the coffin, glitching, nauseous. Yeah, stepping out office. Yeah, it is that bullshit.
Glitch, nigga. Perfected my flow. If I'm on the track, then you know it's a go. The guarantee, nigga, and I guarantee treat the gas like the Clippers. You know I'm a choke. Only exotic when blowing the smoke. No one ahead of me. I got the recipe. Do this shit easily. This is my destiny. Sick throwing lobs. I'm dunking on everything. Niggas is sick and I got the remedy. What I prescribe is extra artillery. Get in my zone and start going berserk. I'm feeling like Clay when he went off for 60. With the bullshit, swear to God you can miss me. Best friends with the money. Aaliyah and Missy. I come from the bottom. To try me is risky. Throwing this K like that bitch is a frisbee. Real talk. Let me lock in. Show these niggas what I do. Axe Brain. I be standing next to players too. Front line shit, nigga, I'm the fucking truth. Top 6 ever of the 5 in my group. Niggas still bang top down in the coop. Butcher boyed up and we coming for the loot. E&E shit, we the best, yeah, it's true. This the guarantee, nigga, this is what I do.
You already know what it is, man. Out there in West Florida. You did, man. Smash that like button, click on the bell, and subscribe to the page, man. You know, these type of stories, man, I ain't gonna lie, I don't particularly like to talk about them, but I understand the importance of it, so I kind of have to. Especially considering the times we living in now, you know what I mean? You already know, man, we gotta break this down. And I mean, when I hear about stuff like this, man, it's just like, you know, it's a really sad situation, man. I gotta say that. It really is, man. You know, and the first thing that comes to your mind is what would possess right 2 little girls to do something like this, right? What would make This is sad, man. What make two little girls do something like this, man? You know? We'll pull it up on the screen for y'all, man. Right? What would make them do something like this? You gotta ask yourself, man. What would make these little girls do this? Let's get to it, man. Man, my Lord, man. Rest in the essence to our young sister, Kanaya Baker.
Tonight, there is a memorial that is growing over in North Columbia at the home where 13-year-old Kanaya Baker was found dead after being beaten and burned. Our Chris English set out to learn more about what led to the horrible scene. Joining us right now in studio. Chris, what have you been able to find out?
Well, Erica, this evening, there are still more questions than answers about the death of Kanaya Baker. Police say that the 13-year-old girl was brutally killed by two other teenage girls. Now, one expert that we spoke with said the combination of a shift in culture, overcrowded systems, and drug abuse are putting more youth at risk for violence.
Brutal, heinous, vicious, gruesome, monstrous, and disturbing. These are the words I use to describe this murder investigation.
That's how Columbia Police Chief Skip Holbrook described the scene investigators found last Wednesday when the bludgeoned and beaten body of 13-year-old Kanaya Baker was discovered burned in a North Columbia home. Tonight, a small memorial sits outside of the home on Cardamom Court in the Bayberry Mews neighborhood. Investigator and child advocate Chandra Cleveland shares her reaction when she learned of Baker's death.
I was surprised, but not too surprised. If you've been reading or hearing the news in other states, this is a trend that's going on about these mean girls, and they have taken it as far as killing people. And now it has shown its ugly head in the state of South Carolina.
The fact that both of the suspects in the case are teenage girls was shocking for many.
We need to address the elephant in the room, and that is the girls who are getting to be so violent and fighting in schools. The amount of girls that are in girl fights in school is astonishing.
Baker was in foster care and had run away from her foster home previously. Cleveland says this is a symptom of an overcrowded system.
Someone is not going back checking if a child comes to you and say, I don't want to stay in this foster home anymore because of this, this, or this. And those are some of the issues that when that is not done, you know, the children will leave.
Experts say mental health also plays a role in teen violence.
There's too much despair, and we've got to change that.
Cleveland says a lot of young people turn to easy access to drugs to cope with emotional issues.
These young kids are getting hold to these vapes and synthetic marijuana, which is doing something to their undeveloped brain. Their mental psyche has been altered because of these vape shops. When they get these substances at a very young age, it affects their development, their decision making, and what they do.
In addition to the need for more foster homes across the state, adults should seek out resources through schools or state agencies if they recognize something is wrong with youth. In studio tonight, Chris English, News 19, WLTAG.
See, man, that's crazy, right? Right? Did y'all just hear that? So these two little girls, these mean girls, I guess they had a situation with young Kanaya. These two little girls, who I'd imagine are her age, if not just a little bit older, They bludgeoned her to death. And after they bludgeoned her to death, they set the house on fire. Now, when I hear stuff like that, you know, when I hear stuff like this, I automatically go straight to demon time. Flat out. Because the question has to always be the first one asked, what would possess somebody, anybody to do this? And they mentioned in the synthetic drugs. I blame it on the music. That's what I blame it on. I blame it on the music. Niquay, what's up, baby? You heard about this, Niquay? This is so sad, man. So sad, man. Little girl's only 13, man. This is devastating, man. The devil is a lie, man. Oh, yeah. I ain't gonna tell y'all this yet. Let's go. Hey, rest in essence to our young sister, Kanaya Baker. May the Most High Yeshua HaMashiach have mercy on the souls of these two little girls who did this heinous, evil act. Very ritualistic, might I add. Very ritualistic. And I'm going to get to that in a minute. May Yeshua have mercy on their souls. Right? Let's go, man. This is sad, man. Terrible.
The purpose for this press conference is to discuss the most recent developments regarding the murder of 13-year-old Kanaya Baker. We're joined by our city manager, Ms. Teresa Wilson, City Councilman Ed McDowell, Councilman Tyler Bailey, Chief Aubrey Jenkins, Richland County Coroner Nada Rutherford, and our Fifth Circuit Solicitor Byron Gibson. Brutal, heinous, vicious, gruesome, monstrous, and disturbing. These are the words I use to describe this murder investigation. On Wednesday night at about 10:30 p.m., the Columbia Richland Fire Department responded to a reported structure fire at 114 Cardamon Court. That's in the Capitol Heights neighborhood off of Farrow Road. That neighborhood consists of 102 residences, of which 30 are occupied. The location of the fire was in one of the 72 unoccupied units on the property. The fire department arrived to find smoke coming from inside the residence, and they made entry. And soon,
hold on. Let me rewind this just to make sure. I know I heard her. I just want to be sure.
Councilman Ed McDowell, Councilman Tyler Bailey, Chief Aubrey Jenkins, Richland County Coroner Nada Rutherford, and our Fifth Circuit Solicitor Byron Gibson. Brutal, heinous, vicious, gruesome, monstrous, and disturbing. These are the words I use to describe this murder investigation. On Wednesday night at about 10:30 p.m., the Columbia Richland Fire Department responded to a reported structure fire at 114 Cardamon Court. That's in the Capitol Heights neighborhood off of Farrow Road. That neighborhood consists of 102 residences, of which 30 are occupied. The location of the fire was in one of the
Only 30 of them are occupied. Pay attention.
72 unoccupied units on the property.
72.
The fire department arrived to find smoke coming from inside the residence, and they made entry and soon located the deceased person on the floor inside. At that point, they contacted the police department. Of course, we responded to the scene. Upon our arrival, we determined that the deceased was a female, and she had suffered traumatic injuries to her face and body and had been severely burned. Mr. Rutherford will speak to the extent of the injuries and why I described this crime as heinous, vicious, and monstrous. The crime scene investigators worked with the Columbia Fire Department investigators.
You already know C-Mac was good with you, bro.
Inside
you heard about this?
Along with our crime scene investigators. For the rest of the night, it was over an 8-hour process to complete the investigation inside the house. Our officers documented the important trace evidence and blood evidence in the house. And of course, our fire subject matter experts worked to determine the origin and cause of the fire. The next day, investigators met with the Richland County Sheriff's Department. The reason we did this is there was no identification found on the body or any evidence inside the residence that would help us identify the victim. In our meeting with the Sheriff's Department, we learned that they had recently taken up an investigation of a missing juvenile. We learned that juvenile was similar in size and age to our victim, so we thought that there was a possibility that they could be connected. We worked with the Richland County Sheriff's Department's DNA lab and coroner's office to ultimately determine.
They said that Kanaya's body was severely beaten in her face. Severe blunt force trauma to the face. Right? These girls basically beat this little girl to death in a bando and set it on fire. They absconded her too, right? They absconded her to a bando, beat her to death, and then set it on fire. Right? And the whole thing is why? You know? Like, why? I think this is very sad, man. It is sad. It's very sad, man. What would possess two little girls to do such a thing? More like, who would possess? Right? Let's go, man.
That our victim was in fact their missing juvenile. And I'll invite the coroner to elaborate on that identification further in just a minute. We were very appreciative of the assistance that we received on the scene by our Columbia Fire Department, our SLED Parks and Investigators, and the coroner's office. This has been a extremely difficult case to work. I've watched our investigators work literally nonstop since Wednesday. And I really mean nonstop, day and night. They have conducted themselves in just the utmost professional way in very difficult circumstances. Let me talk about our two suspects. Overnight, we've arrested two people. Our first suspect is a 16-year-old female. Her last known address was in Columbia. She was reported missing by her mom on January 12th. She has a history of disorderly conduct, malicious injury, bodily fluids. She was wanted by the Department of Juvenile Justice for cutting off her ankle monitor around January 12th. She was last enrolled in a local high school in January of 2024, and she's currently listed as dropped out, and she is a frequent runaway. Our second suspect is a 15-year-old female. Her last known address is also in Columbia. She also was enrolled in a local high school as of last December. She is currently listed as dropped out, and she also is a frequent runaway.
Everybody be asking me, man, does the Bluetooth actually work? Bro, you get a month for free.
Our victim was originally from Sumter, South Carolina. She was most recently in foster care here in Columbia, Richland, and was reported missing on January 12th. She also has a history of running away. I'll ask the coroner now to give us some information on exactly what the cause of death was and anything that you might want to have.
Identifying a minor can be difficult.
It's crazy, see, man.
They usually don't have fingerprints on file.
So, of course, they're not going to say these little girls' names or show their pictures. That's how you know they're young, right? Which I think is crazy. And y'all going to understand why I say that here in a second. This is crazy, man. You know, both of these little girls are in foster care. Both of them probably have been in foster care or come from very dysfunctional households, which is why they're in foster care. But foster care isn't safe. The foster care system is very dangerous. So it can be a very dangerous place, right? And this situation right here is so sad, man, because like I say, the first question always going to be is, what made these little girls do this, right? Let's get back to it, man. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, share your social engineering. Excuse me. And we're going to keep, man. I want y'all to listen to this, though, right? Let's go.
And so we start with the basics. We look at missing teens, and Richland County Sheriff's Department contacted us with a possible description of a young girl who had gone missing. Unfortunately, the description that they were giving to us did not match what we had in front of us. And unfortunately, the description provided of Kanaya Baker was so different, in fact, that even the pictures that they sent of her just did not seem to match up. Due to severe trauma to her head, face, and body, visual identification just was not possible.
Wow.
And so we had to turn to...
So just imagine that, y'all. Young Kanaya's face was beaten so badly, bludgeoned so badly, that even when her actual picture was put, her pictures couldn't be used to identify her. You understand what that means? My Lord, my Lord, my Lord. We gotta talk about stuff like this, because while everything else is going on, in the world, there also needs to be discussed a lot of things too. But while everything else is going on in the world, we can't we can't forget that we are at war on many fronts. And here we go again with another case like this. Yes, another. Another. We're going to get to it. Right? Let's go.
Science. We contacted Sheriff Leon Lott and asked him to please run DNA from dirty clothing found at the foster home that her foster mom brought to us. We used that clothing to extract DNA, and they were able to run that. We also simultaneously obtained dental records so that we could match the dentals from her last appointment. We were able to confirm that the young girl found in the burning house on Carterman Court was that of missing teen Kanaya Baker. The manner of death is not an accident, and this is not a suicide. This is a horrible homicide. Her cause of death is blunt force trauma. And I want to address some rumors that I've seen online and from several media outlets who have called. She was not pregnant that we could visually see at autopsy. We're still waiting on slides, but at this time, we do not have a confirmation that she was pregnant at the time of her death. Kanaya was bludgeoned, stabbed, and burned.
Bludgeoned, stabbed, and burned. This is two little girls that did this to this little girl, man. Let's go.
We'll continue to collaborate with law enforcement to bring justice to her and her family. And I just would like to say this. Dr. Bill Stevens and Ashley Berganios, our child fatality director, along with the Columbia Police Department and the Richland County Sheriff's Department, we've been up for days working this case and trying to find answers for this family. No parent should have to bury a child. I'll answer questions after Chief is finished if you guys would like.
Dear Dr. K, I used to think I was never meant to be beautiful. You work within my budget.
Thank you very much. I'd now like to ask our solicitor to provide some information regarding the charges against both of our suspects. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. This has been a study of collaborative investigation. So, of course, through the Columbia Police Department, the Fire Department, through SLED, through Richland County Coroner's Office, and the Sheriff's Department, that investigation has led us here today. And so it's with their hard work that we're here today, able to be in a position to tell you about how we expect to pursue justice in this matter. The two juveniles have been charged with murder. And it's our expectation, as you know, these are ongoing investigations. So there's information, as the coroner just told us, that we're still waiting on. But based on what we've seen at this point, it was brutal, it was heinous, it was all of those words the chief used. And we expect, after the review of this information, to petition the family court to prosecute these juveniles as adults because of the heinous nature.
Answer the question right there. Answer my question right there, y'all. So there it is right there. Now, the thing is, do y'all think they should be charged as adults? Man, listen here, y'all. Let's go, man. Goddamn, man.
At this juncture, it's not proper for me to go into details about what the prosecution will look like, but we will be continuing to assist in any way possible. And as that information becomes more readily available, we're prepared to proceed as we need to proceed. Thank you. Yes, sir.
I appreciate him speaking to that level of collaboration. Our violent crime unit, our police advisor, solicitor's office, they have conferred throughout this, and that's how we arrived at where we are today. And I think it's also what makes us successful months and years down the road when we go to court and again seek justice for Kanaya Baker. Ms. Wilson, do you have anything you want to say? You know, we don't do these a lot, but it seems like the common theme as we stand up here in the times that we do is we talk about just the senseless violence that we see most often involving our young people and young adults. We can't even call the situation young adults, but everybody up here are our parents, and this is gut wrenching. I watched and have watched how this has impacted our investigators, and I've also been moved by how they've maintained throughout this investigation. And, when you talk to people that have been involved in committing heinous crimes like this, you're looking to seek answers and read their reactions, but sometimes it's when there's no reaction is what's most troubling. And I don't know, where we're at as a society or community, but this shocks the conscience to me. And I hope as things move forward and more details come out and we're able to talk about it more, that we've got some work to do with our system. We've got some work to do with our
some work to do to our system. Listen here, man. As I was watching this earlier, I said they doing a whole bunch of talking. They saying a whole lot, talking a lot, but ain't saying nothing. Now this happened 5 days ago, right? So sad, man. I don't even know what to say, man. Like, and the question has to be asked, man. Where is these little girls' parents at? Where's these kids' mamas and dads at, man? They took her to a bando, y'all. Beat her to death. Blunt force trauma to the face. So much so that her pictures could not be used to identify her, which means they have to use her dental records or, DNA. Sad stuff, man. Let's go, man. Hey, we're going to talk about all this stuff over here. We're going to talk about the most uncomfortable, demonic, evil shit, man. Because we have to face this thing. We have to look this thing in the face as it comes in. What am I talking about? The system. Smart grid. All of that. Let's go. Smash that like button, click the bell, subscribe to the page.
Young people, there's too much despair, and we've got to change that. And I know that we've got the right people to do that, and I hope we're able to do it soon. We'll take a few questions. It will be limited on what we can answer, but I'm glad to answer a few questions.
You had mentioned that the two suspects were in DJJ or DSS, you said?
One suspect was wanted by DJJ, had previously been in their custody, was currently wearing an ankle.
So one of these girls who helped unalive young Kanaya had an ankle monitor on. as she ran away from wherever she was at. Something ain't right about this, man.
Monitor. She had removed her ankle monitor and
took her ankle monitor off.
Issued a pickup order for her to be returned to DJJ. The other suspect was not in DJJ custody or DSS custody, but was a frequent runaway.
Do you know if Baker was ever in their custody?
So one of these girls that unalived her was a frequent runaway, avid runaway, little hot in the ass little girl. Let's go.
In DSS or DJJ's custody?
That's not something that we are prepared to discuss this evening. But again, it is
been a week.
Certainly fair to say that she had been a previous runaway.
And you know if any additional arrests are going to be made?
We don't know if any additional arrests are pending. We do know that we have the two people that are responsible for the death of Ms. Baker.
Have you made contact with the owner of the house where the body was found, or taken any calls to that area before?
That's Capitol Heights. That's Housing Authority property, and we have been in contact.
Are the suspects cooperating?
That's not something we would comment on.
Why can't they comment on that? I told you, there's some weird stuff going on with this situation, man. Why can they not let us know? Why can they not comment at a local, at a press conference? Media's there and everything. All right, why can't you answer a question?
People that are responsible for the death of Ms. Baker.
Have you made contact with the owner of the house where the body was found, or taken any calls to that area before?
That's Capitol Heights. That's Housing Authority property, and we have been in contact.
Are the suspects cooperating?
That's not something we would comment on.
Y'all heard what he said? Run it back one more time.
That's Capitol Heights. That's Housing Authority property, and we have been in contact.
Are the suspects cooperating?
That's not something we would comment on.
I looked around the neighborhood today. I spoke to some.
Why though? I find it very odd that the chief of police I tell you, they've been assaulting our intelligence, man. They've been assaulting our intelligence, man. For real.
Residents, the few that are there, because as you said, many of the homes are empty.
What you mean you can't talk about it? What?
I looked around the neighborhood today.
Do you know if any additional arrests are going to be made?
We don't know if any additional arrests are pending. We do know that we have the two people that are responsible for the death of Ms. Baker.
Have you made contact with the owner of the house where the body was found, or taken any calls to that area before?
That's Capitol Heights. That's Housing Authority property, and we have been in contact.
Uh-oh.
Are the suspects cooperating?
That's not something we would comment on.
Why? And my question automatically is why? Why can't you answer that, being the chief of police? Y'all gotta be able to peep the play, man. All these people, man. Rest in the essence, man, to Kanaya, man. It's crazy, this story, man. God, man, I'm telling y'all. It's wild.
We're on the scene of a stunning
Flash that like
victory
little
today.
bell, subscribe to the page, sharing, social engineering.
Incredible.
Tonight, there is a memorial that is growing over in North Columbia at the home where 13-year-old Kanaya Baker was found dead after being beaten and burned. Our Chris English set out to learn more about what led to the horrible scene. Joining us right now in studio, Chris, what have you been able to find out?
Well, Erica, this evening, there's still more questions than answers about the death of Kanaya Baker.
Just imagine, y'all, man, right? Now, let's get to it. Rest in the essence to Kanaya. This is so sad, man. The little girl was 13. She was a kid, man. A goddamn baby, damn near. But there is a very similar situation that happened. Now, I say quite some time, but not a long time ago, but quite some time ago. Do y'all remember this case right here? Right? Smash that like button, click the bell, subscribe to the page, man. Y'all remember this story? Y'all remember this story? Maybe y'all might remember this part to it. Smash that like button, click the bell, subscribe to the page. Share on your social engineering. Y'all remember these two little girls, man? Put a number 11 in the chat if y'all remember these two little girls. Right? Y'all remember these two little girls? Oh, I'm about to learn y'all, right? Hold on. Maybe y'all might remember this, man. Man, I can't believe y'all don't recognize them faces, man. Oh, I'm trying to find the damn pictures I can find. They're crazy. Right? Smash that like button, click the bell, subscribe to the page.
We thought this day would come. And again, we're disappointed that the sentence wasn't served longer.
19-year-old Anissa Wire was one of 2 girls convicted by a Wisconsin jury of trying to kill her classmate to please a mythical character known as Slender Man. In 2014, Wire, along with Morgan Geyser, lured Peyton Lautner to the woods, stabbed her repeatedly, and left her for dead. Lautner survived the attack. All 3 girls were 12 at the time. Back in July, a judge ordered the mental health facility where Wire has been treated for the past 4 years to come up with a plan for her release.
The court does not find that there is clear and convincing evidence that Anissa Wire poses a significant threat of bodily harm to herself or others.
Wire petitioned the court for conditional release earlier this year, stating she was sorry and claiming she was no longer a threat to society. Wire will reportedly have her internet access monitored, won't be able to leave Waukesha County without permission, and will have to continue getting mental health treatment as part of her release. An attorney for the victim's family says they are disappointed Wire didn't spend more time for this brutal crime.
Just a few years ago, a 12-year-old girl went into the woods and was brutally stabbed 19 times by 2 of her classmates.
He also reports Peyton Lautner is thriving in college, has a job, and no longer lives in the same county. For Inside Edition Digital, I'm Mara Montalbano.
Y'all remember that? Yeah. Y'all remember this case? Y'all remember now? Yeah. Now, how many of y'all put a number 11 in the chat if y'all remember this? This Slender Man case. Where these 2 little girls right here. These 2 little girls right here became violently radicalized. These 2 little girls right here were violently radicalized by ideologically based violence that they were consuming via watching the internet. And it's an online thing at the time, maybe y'all familiar with it, with this character Slender Man right here. Let's see if I can find a better picture. All right. Yeah, the Slender Man movie. Right? Man, this is wild. So this ain't new. Except they didn't take it all away and kill the little girl. The little girl is still alive today, if I'm not mistaken. They hawked her down pretty good, though. The devil is a lie. If it's one thing that I do know, it's the devil is a lie. Right? Let's go, y'all, man. Rest in the essence to Kanaya, man. So sad, loved one. 13 years. It's a crazy situation, man. And like I said, violent radicalization, y'all. Let me pull it up on the screen real quick for y'all. Man, I keep telling y'all about this stuff, man. It's like it's increasing exponentially. Right? It's increasing exponentially. Right?
Nothing makes a gathering great like Eggland's best eggs.
It's like mama
They're just
talking,
so
man.
delicious. With better nutrition too. For us, it's eggs any style, as long as they're the best. Eggland's best.
New developments in the Slender Man case. One of the two girls who stabbed a classmate to please a fictional horror character has now been sentenced for the crime. And ABC's Lindsay Davis is here with the latest. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, Georgia. Tearful apology in court Thursday from Morgan Geyser. And I'm sorry to her former friend for stabbing her 19 times.
Oh,
This
Lord.
Wisconsin judge still gave her the maximum sentence. A teenage girl who likely won't experience freedom until her 50s because of a crime she committed when she was 12.
I just want to let Bella and her family know I'm sorry.
Sentenced to a maximum 40 years in a psychiatric hospital, Morgan Geyser expressed remorse in court for the stabbing attack of her friend and 12-year-old classmate, Peyton Bella Leitner.
She appears to be stabbed. She appears to be what? Stabbed.
The 2014 case known as the Slender Man stabbing captivated the country. Geyser and her friend Anissa Wire, both 12 at the time, lured Leitner into the woods and stabbed her 19 times, later claiming it was all to please that fictional online character. Leitner miraculously survived. Both girls were sentenced to decades of institutional supervision for the violent attack. In an exclusive interview, ABC's David Muir sat down with the mothers of those teenage girls.
The interrogation in general is very difficult to watch.
Is she dead?
That's not my daughter saying those things.
She said that is not my daughter saying those things. The devil is a lie, man. Let's go, man. Watch, tap in, y'all. This is wow.
That's not the way that she speaks. That's not the way that she acts.
It was like looking at a different child.
Yes.
The parents tell David there were no warning signs of violence.
I did search her iPad. I did watch over her shoulder.
Do you feel responsible?
I think on some level, I'll always feel responsible for not knowing that my daughter wasn't well. As a mother, you're supposed to be there to protect your child.
The judge explained his sentence by saying that Geyser, who is now 15, remains a risk to herself and to others. He said, what we cannot forget is that this was an attempted murder. And David has these really compelling conversations with these moms about that day 4 years ago and the girls now.
That is all coming up tonight on 2020 at 10.
Yeah, man. Y'all remember that situation now, man? My nigga Slender Man with his tall, goofy ass. They came out with a movie about it and anything. And everything. right? Violent radicalization, homegrown terrorism, ideologically based violence. Now, don't be surprised if they sit up there and pass some legislation. Let me camera for this. Don't be surprised if they make up some legislation, right? Don't be surprised, man. Because this is wild, man. I'm just saying, when I heard this case with Kanaya, it just instantly drew me to this. Right? Instantaneously. Right? I keep telling y'all we at war on many fronts, man. Not just physical, not just economic, social, whatever. Don't forget we have spiritual war, man. And unfortunately, we'll never know because or should I say we'll never get to really know why they did it because they didn't really go into depth for real. Or give us no backdoor check on these little girls for real. I don't think so anyway. The nigga GP said the gay leaders did this. I know that's right, bro. Slender Man, right? Offshoot, different manifestation of Malak or Malek or Malik. Kind of, sort of. That's Slender Man for you right there. And I've heard that had to have like a part 2 to this movie come out. Man, what possessed these two little girls to do this to Kanaya? I'm going to say the same. When I say the same entity, I don't mean Slender Man, but I do mean a demonic presence, a demonic entity. Now think about the music our kids listen to. Think about the imagery that's put in front of them from all angles every day, just bombarding their psyche. These little girls said Slender Man made them do it. I wonder who these little girls gonna say made them do it. So sad, so demonic. All right. So sad and so demonic.
The perfect cash events app did not exist until now. I got to tell you about Clio. Clio is a cash events app where you can get up to $250. And I already know what you're thinking. What about my credit? Well, there is no credit checks with Clio. And even... Do you feel like you're a survivor?
Yeah, I shouldn't be alive. I really shouldn't after what happened.
For the first time, Peyton Leichner is talking about that day 5 years ago. 3 12-year-olds at a slumber party, and the next morning, a walk into the woods to play hide and seek.
Do you remember leaving the park to go to the woods?
They just wanted to go on a walk, and I didn't think much of it. It's just a walk. It's in Waukesha. Like, what bad stuff happens in Waukesha, Wisconsin?
Peyton was stabbed 19 times and left for dead by her own friends, who later blamed the fictional character, Slender Man.
Morgan handed me the knife, and then I started to count again. When I was 5 feet away, I said, now, go ballistic, go crazy, stab, 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 stab.
The suspects lured the victim into the woods. All 3 of the girls are 12 years old. Have you ever heard of 2 12-year-old girls planning for...
12 times 3 is 36. 3 plus 6 is 9. What's the square root of 9? Right? And I'm mentioning this stuff, right? Because this is how these people operate, man. They operate in code, numbers, dates. It's all type of demonic, ritualistic crap, right? And when we're thinking about Slender Man, like I said, when y'all thinking about Slender Man, right, you can go to real world applications real quick. Right? Make no mistake. Make no mistake. Oh, hold on, let me pull it up on the screen for real quick. I'm tripping. My bad, y'all. Smash that like button. Click on the bell, subscribe to the page, share social engineering. Yeah, man. This is Malak or Malak or Malek. Right? And this is who these little girls said told them to do what they did to the little girl. Y'all know how many cases it is of these little girls doing heinous shit, little kids doing heinous, evil, demonic shit, and they saying that they're being told to do these things from entities. My man OG in the building, what's happening, man? Keep watching, right? You did. Sad stuff going on here, man. And when it comes to this Malek thing, right? I've spoken on this numerous times. Malek is known by many different names in many different cultures. Right? M-O-L-O-C-H and spelled different ways. A different name, same demon, man. And make no mistake, it's definitely a demon, right? Now, peep this, right? That's what I'm saying. They're doing this on purpose to our kids, man, right? They're using they're using social engineering specifically online to sync and link our youth with the hive mind. Right? Remember when I told you I took my daughter to the other world in my city, right? And they had this big, huge, like, statue, if you would, of Malek. Oh my God, man. All praises be, man, to the Most High God, Yeshua HaMashiach. Yeah. And we at the hour mark. I'm about to drop the link, man, to anybody who want to come up here and spit their game and talk their ish. Right? Concerning this situation, let's go.
6 months to kill one of their best friends.
The whole time, he was screaming and begging. I didn't want to do this. I was afraid of what would happen if I did it.
Dr. Box, there were many failed attempts to fix my teeth. You created a permanent solution and customized my teeth so it still felt
It's Friday night in Waukesha, Wisconsin, a Milwaukee suburb. Peyton is getting ready to celebrate her best friend Morgan Geyser's birthday at that slumber party.
Peyton was so excited.
The girls met in 4th grade, Peyton drawn to Morgan because she was a loner who needed a friend.
I made friends with her when I saw that she didn't have any friends at all.
Also at that sleepover, Anissa Wire, who was new to the school and who had grown close to Morgan.
They played up in Morgan's bedroom, ran up and down the stairs, giggling and laughing, and I mean, it was just a normal night.
Crazy.
But there was nothing normal about what happened the next morning when Morgan and Anissa.
Right. So when we thinking about our young sister Kanaya, very similar situation, and I want y'all to understand this. I know that y'all ain't, to a certain extent. I had so much fun at Otherworld until you ruined it with facts. And I love colorful things. Yeah, I bet you do. Niquay said, I had so much fun at Otherworld until you ruined it with facts. I love colorful things. Yeah, man. So does the devil. So do Lucifer. Hey, LSD love colorful things too, Niquay. Matter of fact, at Otherworld, this is the Moloch that they basically have up there. Is this one. Right? Rest in the essence to Kanaya, man. Man, oh man, it's crazy, y'all, man. I guess we gotta wait until they come out with some more info for us, man. I guess they ain't really talking about nothing. They ain't give us no more details or nothing. There's children missing, man. "12-year-old girl, man. It's too much, man. Make sure y'all hold on to y'all's and cherish y'all's love, y'all little ones, man. Let's go, y'all, man. Smash that like button, subscribe to the page.
Overnight, we've arrested 2 people. Our first suspect is a 16-year-old female. Her last known address was in Columbia. She was reported missing by her mom on January 12th. She has a history of disorderly conduct, malicious injury, throwing bodily fluids. She was wanted by the Department of Juvenile Justice for cutting off her ankle monitor around January 12th. She was last enrolled in a local high school in January of 2024, and she's currently listed as dropped out, and she is a frequent runaway. Our second suspect is a 15-year-old female.
Deviants.
Her last known address is also in Columbia. She also was enrolled in a local high school as of last December. She is currently listed as dropped out, and she also is a frequent runaway.
Of course he is.
Yes, and that was Chief Skip Holbrook, who was...
Right? What would make these 2 little girls do this? Right? This is a crazy story, man. You know? The link is in the chat if anybody want to come up and spit their game, talk they hit, spit their game, talk they ish, man. So sad, man. This is just heartbreaking, man.
Right now,
Stand
Columbia
up straight.
police
Man,
confirmed
listen,
that
y'all.
this teenage girl right behind me here named Kanaya
What is
Baker
going on with
was
our
wrong. The
kids?
details are gruesome. And we understand that earlier today, investigators, they shared her identity.
Uh-oh.
Welcome back to Park Jones. So today we are discussing a heartbreaking story coming out of Columbia, South Carolina. On January 15th, 13-year-old Kanaya Baker was found deceased in a house fire that took place in a vacant home. I'm going to bring it back for you a bit because you all need the context. So 2 days prior to her body being found, Kanaya was reported missing from her home in Hopkins, South Carolina. The story is still developing, but it sounds like this may have been a foster home. And through some more research, I found that Kanaya was a habitual runaway. And no judgment, but again, context is important.
We definitely judging.
So in 2024, she ran away at least 3 times. We have police announcements on July 3rd, August 8th, and November 4th. It's unclear how long she would typically go missing for, but when she went missing on July 3rd, it sounds like she may have been found that same day. And the reason this stands out to me is because when she was reported missing in January of this year, it was said that she was believed to be in danger. But the previous announcements never used this same language. So clearly something was different this time. Now, on January 15th, firefighters responded to a blaze at a vacant home in Columbia. Upon extinguishing the fire, they discovered Kanaya's body inside. The Richland County Coroner's Office confirmed her identity and ruled her death a homicide, citing blunt force trauma as the cause.
Identifying a minor can be difficult. They don't have a DMV profile. They usually don't have fingerprints on file. And so we start with the basics. We look at missing teens, and Richland County Sheriff's Department contacted us with a possible description of a young girl who had gone missing. Unfortunately, the description that they were giving to us did not match what we had in front of us. And unfortunately, the description provided of Kanaya Baker was so different, in fact, that even the pictures that they sent of her.
You already know, C-Mac, handle your business, bro. Thanks for tapping in.
Due to severe trauma to her head, face, and body, visual identification just was not possible. And so we had to turn to science. We contacted Sheriff Leon Lott and asked him to please run DNA from dirty clothing found at the foster home that her foster mom brought to us. We used that clothing to extract DNA, and they were able to run that. We also simultaneously obtained dental records so that we could match the dentals from her last appointment. We were able to confirm that the young girl found in the burning house on Cardamom Court was that of missing teen Kanaya Baker. The manner of death is not an accident, and this is not a suicide. This is a horrible homicide. Her cause of death is blunt force trauma.
So to have Kanaya found like this is tragic enough. But the story becomes so much more disturbing because on January 18th, police arrested 2 teenage girls aged 15 and 16 in connection with Kanaya's death. And apologies to who I may offend, but by definition, these 2 girls are crash outs. And I really don't want to get into the habit of tossing out labels to minors on this channel, but this is not childlike behavior
at all.
And I genuinely don't think you can rehabilitate a child like this. This is heinous, and I have to call it like I see it.
Let me talk about our 2 suspects. Overnight, we've arrested 2 people. Our first suspect is a 16-year-old female. Her last known address was in Columbia. She was reported missing by her mom on January 12th. She has a history of disorderly conduct, malicious injury, throwing bodily fluids. She was wanted by the Department of Juvenile Justice for cutting off her ankle monitor around January 12th. She was last enrolled in a local high school in January of 2024, and she's currently listed as dropped out, and she is a frequent runaway. Our second suspect is a 15-year-old female. Her last known address is also in Columbia. She also was enrolled in a local high school as of last December. She is currently listed as dropped out, and she also is a frequent runaway.
In reviewing this case, I have so many thoughts, and I really just don't know where to begin. A lot of things stick out to me here, and if Kanaya was staying in foster care, why was she a habitual runaway? Was something going on at the home?
Of course it
and
was.
Was there ever any intervention from Child Protective Services?
Probably not.
And when she ran away, who was she staying with? Where was she staying? And did she know these two teenage girls? Because from a
more than likely she did. More than likely she did know them. They all were in foster care. They all was runaways. They probably used to hook up with each other or something, man. This is very strange. And it's been a week and still I've been looking. There's no new information. There ain't no motive on why these girls did this. And they're both being charged as adults, so I don't see the hesitation on giving us the information connected to or concerning why they did it. You know, it's very spooky, if I might say so myself. It's very, 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 very questionable. Spooky, right? The devil is real, y'all. I'm gonna just say that, man. You know, when it comes to situations like this, the only answer is it's demonic. Because just like old girl said, this is just not what kids do. They don't think like this. This ain't how their minds operate, right? This is not kid behavior, childlike behavior. So, you know what I mean? Rest in the essence to Kanaya Baker, man. I think I seen a video of her mom or something like that. Sad, man. Stuff like this leave you speechless, man. Like, wow. To 15, 16-year-old little girl. What would possess them to do this? I say LSD. That's going to be my response every trip when it comes to stuff like this, because this is demonic behavior. They lured her to the spot, coerced her, tricked her, whatever. She wasn't thinking it was all good, whatever. Got her to the bando, beat her to death with a bludgeoning object, and then set the house on fire. That sounds like LSD all day to me, man. Right? I suggest to everybody, including myself, that, man, get right with the Most High, man. Oh, I got some good news for y'all. This Sunday, me and my pops is back, and we doing the first episode of 2025 of Spiritual Root Sundays, man. I don't know what we're going to be talking about, but we're going to have a show, right? So, you know, man, Pops is coming back. He feeling better. You know what I'm talking about? He ready to get some things off his chest and discuss some things. So we're going to get straight to it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. And you know we're going to do it like we used to it. Rest in the essence to Kanaya Baker, man. Sad, sick, sad world we living in today, man. You know? Sick, sad world we living in, man. Mm. Mm. Let me fix this picture real quick, y'all. There we go. Pull this up on the screen for y'all, man. You did. Smash that like button, click on subscribe to the page. Rest in the essence to young Kanaya Baker, my lord, man. Protect over her family, watch over her family. So sad. Shout out to my brother King Els. Tomorrow night, we will be having the Friday night wrap up as usual. Lots of stuff to talk about. We're going to get straight to it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. You know we're going to do it like we're used to it. Make sure y'all tap in with us tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Friday night wrap up. E&E every day, all day. No days off. You did. You already know what it is, man. My Lord, man. I'm trying to think of this song, man, what album is on to ride out to. I'm going to find this song for y'all real quick. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page. Make sure y'all tap in with me and my brother King Els tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You did. It's going to be a mighty interesting show. Yeah. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page. Share social media. We about to get up out of here, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening. That's not the song I wanted. Let's go.
Even though we be manipulating and hating each other and hating each other, we still choose to love. Got a lot of love to give. The honesty and the vibes. Honest. Just go, sis. Just like we live in, nobody promised tomorrow, man. We gotta make it by any means necessary, man. I won't be happy till all my diamonds canary, man. And all my brethren and sister locked up in the prison. Come home, no more worries about commissary, man. We've been tricked into thinking the world is filled with hate. Same time being tricked to forgetting that we great. My brother Lucci lost his life about a year ago. James holding me down is so beautiful. My brother K-Ro went to go be back with the essence. I truly miss him because he told me so many life lessons. I sit back and I reflect on how the world could be if there was no more wars, no more poverty. But I'ma keep dropping jewels, it ain't no stopping me. Ghost band, shadow band, it ain't no blocking me. I'm truly truthful. Stats with the facts, featuring honest, truly beautiful. Say, I know it's time with this beauty in the struggle. When it comes to the lady of love, life's beautiful. Can't wait to fall let go. So beautiful, life's beautiful. 2020, coronavirus in full effect. They lying about the numbers, brethren, they full of shit. Lying from owning the business to unemployment checks. Everybody messed up like they robbing shit. And COVID vaccinations, but they ain't stopping shit. I'm saying rest in the essence, the case he just returned to us. Another love life gone, we sending prayers to a prayer. Every mother who's ever had to bury a child. Your heart gets heavy, just look up in the clouds. Put a smile on your face, tell them they made you proud. You being tricked into thinking the world is so so. I'm about to get off the road, this world is so so. I'm on the start of the surgery, that's so. I'm in the league of my own, no man up none. Truly truthful, stats with the facts, featuring honest is truly beautiful. Say, you know it's time for this beauty in the struggle. When it comes to the lady of love, life's beautiful.